Hey, it's Sue Tomty, and today's topic, my name is Sue Tomty, and today's topic is quit trying and start training. So I want to share with you, again, I'm Sue. My mission is to connect with thousands of women every month through facials, parties, special events, and social media with a message of hope and empowerment and tips on beauty, both inside and out. And so today, my message is quit trying and start training. Now, how many times have you thought about doing something and you said, oh, I'm just going to try it? I'm just going to try it. And how does that usually work out? Well, if it's like food, I'm going to try it and it's delicious, you keep going, right? Or if it's like a fitness program, oh, I'm going to try going to the gym. And sometimes you just kind of, try it for a week and it maybe is uncomfortable or whatever. And so it's easy to let go of. So truly, um, what I want to share is the whole idea that when you have the mindset of, I'm going to try this, trying really has little commitment. When you want to try something, it's an attempt to change with very little commitment. There's no skin in the game. I'm just going to try it. And we use those words all the time. We use those words all the time about a fitness program. We use it about, uh, a new business or a sideline or something that we are thinking about maybe starting somehow, but we're not really sure how to, and we don't want to get too invested in it because what if it doesn't work out? But oftentimes what happens is if you only have that level of commitment that is so surface that you have no skin in the game, it's easy to walk away and quit, isn't it? And in fact, that's what my observation is when I've worked with all kinds of women for many, many years. Um, Somebody who says starts a business says, oh, I'm just going to try it and see if it works. Well, let me share with you, when you start a business and you're just expecting people to come running because you did one little thing, that isn't necessarily going to happen. So there is a big difference between I'm going to try this and I'm in training. So training is a wholehearted commitment to achieving a specific result. So when you're in training, and think about this, if you want to run a 10K or a half marathon or a marathon, you put yourself in training, right? You don't just say, I'm going to try to run a 10K. Well, if if you haven't been doing any kind of training, how successful are you going to be at running that 10K without giving yourself a heart attack or something else, right? So there's a difference between the words you're using and saying I'm trying versus I'm in training for. Because when you're in training, that's a completely different mindset, isn't it? When you're in training, oh, there's a few things you do. And the first thing you do is you get the gear. If you're in training to run a race, or if you're in training to go on a diet, if you're in training to start a business, you would get the gear. So if you're going to run a 10K and you've never done any kind of running or anything before, well, you're going to research shoes. You're going to get new shoes. You might get your running gear and for the weather, and you're going to get your little tracker so that you can see what your time is. You're going to get all the little tools and things. You're going to get the gear so that you can be the most successful in your training as you are going forward. And then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to create a game plan. You know, a 10K or a half marathon or a marathon, there are training regimens that you can do. You will figure out what works into your schedule. Are you going to train 5 days a week? Or are you just going to train 3 days a week? Are you going to go 2 miles or 1 mile? Are you going to go fast? Are you going to go slow? You're going to get a game plan. You're going to get a strategy for what you want to do while you're in training. And isn't that true? No matter what, in any business, if you're starting a business, you want to get the gear, you want to get what you need to be successful. So if you're doing a direct sales business, if like in our Mary Kay business, you might invest in your starter kit. You might invest in actually having products on hand. You might invest in business cards. You might invest in the things that are going to make you successful. You're going to get the gear that's going to propel you to the next level. And then you're creating a game plan. If you're running a race, you've got a training regimen. If you're starting a business, you are working and getting what the next steps are. You are finding the training that you need to go to or attend or participate in, so that you are learning and growing along the way. Because in our business, in our Mary Kay business, we have an opportunity to go to different meetings or go to events and participate and actually earn while we're learning. And so it's kind of fun. Next up, if you are in training versus just trying, you actually do go to work. You actually do. If you're running, training for your 10K, you are actively out there running and doing your training routines or your fitness or your eating, or you're doing something different that is allowing you to be in training for your goal. Same thing if you're starting your part-time business, you actively go to work, do what you need to do to create that business and to keep your focus on the training. So you're not just trying and, put a post or two on social media. You're actively participating in the creation of your dream and your focus and your goal. So the other thing is when you're in training and you have a wholehearted commitment to what you want, then your why is bigger than your excuses. If you're just trying something, it's easy to say, oh, I didn't really want to run that 10K anyway. I really didn't want to make an extra couple hundred or couple thousand this month. Yeah, it's okay if I let it go. But when you're in training and your why is I want to be or do or have something bigger than what my excuses are, I will get up and go to work and train. So if I'm doing the 10K example, I'm going to get out and train, even if it's raining, even if the weather isn't great. I am going to do the road work that it's going to take for me to have a successful 10K race. And because my why is bigger than my excuses. And the same with your business. If you have a reason that's beyond just, oh, it might be fun, or things are coming together, if it works out, if your why is bigger, you have a need for something more in your life, and you are willing to do the work and the commitment, and your why is bigger than your excuses, you will keep going in your training and you will find more success. And the key is, even small steps make a big difference over time. Your consistency is what makes a difference over time. Because when you're working out, doing the 10K thing again, if you're running 3 times a week, every single week, or 5 times a week, every single week, don't you get stronger? Don't you get more confident? Don't you get faster? Because you have that consistency. If you run 15 miles one day and then nothing for another 10 days, how does that work out? It isn't nearly as good when you're doing the zoom and then eek, go full out and then don't do anything for a while, full out and nothing, is not as effective as doing a little bit continuously, because even that small amount builds over time. If you're reaching out and making connections with 5 people every single day, that means at the end of the week, 5 times 7 is 35. You've made connections with 35 people. It's so much easier than saying, okay, I'm going to talk to 35 people today. So, it's those small little steps. When you're in training, you're developing those muscles, you're developing that routine, you're developing those skills that will take you to the next level. And here's the other thing. When you're in training, even if you stumble, you get back up and you learn something new. You figure out a different way. You figure out a different approach. If that way you're always tripping over something, then you're going to go a different direction. But you're going to learn and grow as you are going. So when you have a stumble or a misstep, it's okay. It's okay because you're in training. You don't have to be perfect. You're in training. And the same applies for your business, for your life, for everything. When you're in training, give yourself grace to learn and grow from any stumble or mistake that possibly happens along the way. And so that's a key thing. When you're in training, stumbles can happen. And this is another really very important thing. If you're serious about being in training, you will listen to your coach or your mentor because they have your best interest in heart. They want you to be successful. So having a coach or a mentor is so valuable, so valuable. And in our Mary Kay culture, that's what your director is. Your director is your coach. She's your mentor. She is going to share with you and help you because she has gone through it. She has done the race. She has gotten to that level. So what she has to offer is wonderful, valuable, and can help you go from one step to the next step. Because when you're in training, it is so valuable to have that information and to be able to connect with someone who's already done what you want to do, and they can help coach you along the way, because that is what's going to make your difference. All right. And also, this is so key. If you're just trying something out, you're just like playing with it, and you're not even thinking about what the end result could be, right? However, when you're in training and you focus on the end result that you want, you focus on your goal, you focus on what you want to create, that's when you can keep going. You can keep going no matter what, because you're focusing on the end result. And so if you have a little stumble, or if you have to slow down on your training a little bit because of an injury, or if some life event comes up, you still figure out how you're going to get through, and you focus on the end result, finishing the race, winning the race, running the race, all the different parts and pieces, or building your business and going to the next level and seeing where you want to be. Because when you focus on the end result, then wonderful things happen and the path opens up, and you ultimately get to that end result. And so that is what training, when you're in training, and then when you do finish your race and you do finish what you've been training for, you set the next goal. and you put yourself in training again. Like I'm in training now. I want to be the best sales director I could possibly be, and I want to be the best leader. And so I'm in training. I'm in training all the time. And I want to share some of those skills and techniques with you. So there's my tips on the difference between I'm trying and I'm in training. And so that's why I say quit trying, start training. And here, let me figure out how to review all of those different steps. And all right, let me do that. Share screen. Oh, I was trying to be so brilliant. Oh my gosh, totally gone. Okay, hang on. I'm figuring it out. So let me go over here and we will get to the right spot. But the key is to not just say I'm in training. I mean, just not just say, oh, I'm going to try this, but rather actively be in training, because when you're in training, you will see a huge difference in your attitude, in how things happen. And here, I'll make this even bigger so you can see it. So when you're in training, you get the gear, you create a game plan, you go to work and you stay focused. Your why is bigger than your excuses. Even small steps make a huge difference when you're in training. Just do it over and over and over again and get back up after you stumble, and you learn something new as you're going. You listen to your coach and mentor. You keep focused on the end result. Your vision is clear, and you see you may not see the exact path that you're going on, but you see the end result, which is great. And when you meet one goal, you set the next one. So those are my tips today on quit trying and get training. And I so thank you for watching. I hope I gave you some hope in thinking a little bit differently and using the words, I'm in training. I'm in training for whatever it is you're going for. If I'm in training on building a business, I'm in training on creating the life that I want. I'm in training on moving up in my company. And all of those things will make a difference for you when you say you're in training versus, oh, I'm going to try. And our famous founder, Mary Kay Ash, we love her voice because we hear it on recordings when we're on hold. And one of the things she always says is, don't say, I'll try. Say, I can, I will, I must. And when you have that attitude, everything changes because you're in training and you're moving forward. Give a like and comment, and I appreciate you. Thanks for watching.